I have only a few experiences trying to set people up with a job. And every single time I've regretted doing it. Have you, at your young age of 24?
Yeah, I just set up my
right!
friend. Yeah.
Have you had cause to regret it yet?
She doesn't like the job, so yeah, I feel pretty bad about it.
I also thought you were there briefly, but I think your ex-boss also was not thrilled. So yeah, maybe when we get back to Detroit, maybe then you'll have cause. But yeah, I used to have a job at the national newspaper in Laos, and when I was leaving that job, I tried to set up another guy to move in when I moved out, and I've had cause to regret it. That's all I can say. But yeah, I'm quitting this job now. We're leaving China. We're going back to the Western world in December after stopping off in Chiang Mai, Thailand to handle some business. handle some paperwork, have our day in court in Chiang Mai, Thailand. Yeah? And going back to France, seeing my daughter again, then going back to Canada. This job is a wonderful job if you are planning to learn Chinese, if you are planning to learn Burmese, if you are planning to learn one of the languages closely related to Thai, Lao, or Dahong Dai. Or, here's a rare one, if you wanted to learn one of the indigenous languages like Jingpo. Jingpo is also known as Kachin, or even Achan. So there are maybe 5 or 6 languages here, depending on how you count it, that you have a real opportunity to learn. Most obviously being modern standard Chinese, but there's quite a list. Now, if you're not planning to work on any of those languages, is it worth it to move here, live underneath the palm trees, and eat mangoes every day? No. It's a beautiful place to live. I'll give a link to the video below of what this apartment looks like. You would move into exactly the apartment I've been living in. You'd inherit my home gym. You'd inherit the actual weights. I have a weight bench for bench press. Heavy disc weights. You'd inherit that. Yes, you must, by the way, have a bachelor's degree. You must have a BA in something to take on this job. Of course, it helps if you have experience as an English teacher or some interest in Asian languages or something. But if you have none of that and you have a BA, you've still got a shot at getting the job. Of course, English also must be your first language. They'll accept you if you're Irish. Irish managed to squeak in. But they have a list of countries that you must have grown up in, either Ireland or Australia or what have you. But fundamentally, even though this is a really beautiful place to live, I think this is on the list of the world's most beautiful places to live. Whether it's better or worse than Hawaii, I can't say, but this is one of the most beautiful places to live. Just today at work, I was going up and down the staircase, the stone staircase that leads down the side of the mountain with a view of these other mountains and the rice fields and so on. It's gorgeous. I mean, just every day you're surrounded by beauty, and depending on how you live here, you can have a beautiful lifestyle, what you prioritize, what you do with your time. But the bottom line is, if you're not here for your own education, then it's not worth it to be here as a teacher. It just doesn't justify the time and money involved. And the salary is 5,000 kwai per month. Assuming you get the same salary I did, it's possible they'll pay you less, based on your credentials. It's possible you will not get paid as much as I did. I'm paid more than any other foreign professor here ever has been. And I'm paid more than a lot of the professors I met in Kunming, which is the big city up the road. So it's a fabulous opportunity if you want it. And you can get a lot of value out of staying here for 1 year. You can stay here for 3 years or 5 years. It's up to you. You get a lot of value out of being here in terms of your own education. But I would say this is an opportunity for someone who is, one, vegan, and who is either already committed to learning one of those languages, or if you want to take on a dramatic new direction in your life. You may have never heard of Jingpo before. Believe me, you could be a major scholar, a major expert in Jingpo, aka Kachin, or any of those languages, any of those fields of study, any of those fields of history, politics, etc., if you decide to take on this new direction, take on this job, and do the hard work of hitting the books and researching those languages. So, and by the way, the Jingpo are everywhere and nowhere here. Today, at the end of my lesson, the Jingpo were doing a formal ceremonial dance on campus, wearing a very distinctive headdress that had 4 long peacock feathers on the corners of the man's head, shooting straight up. And then in the middle, obviously they used to have a decapitated duck, but they had a wooden duck's head instead to make up the center of the headdress. And some of the students were participating in a formal Jingpo sword dance. So this may or may not give you the impression that this is a really interesting crossroads in terms of different languages, different cultures. And it's a part of the world that has been hidden away in the mountains and obscure, but it's getting less obscure with each passing year, because right now they're building a train line that's going to connect Kunming to Dehong, and then it's going to connect Dehong all the way west to India. If you're vegan and you're interested in taking on this job, taking on what may be the challenge of a lifetime and the educational opportunity of a lifetime, hit me up.